when I had the opportunity to take over an organization, I had a really good look at the data from the last several years, and some of it shocked me. And I have to say, I grabbed a friend and I sat down with him and I looked at all the information and I said, where do I go with this? What have I got to do? Because I was a brand new leader. It was a number one role. I was the person responsible, and I had been leading for a while, but there was another level of responsibility that I needed to address. And it became apparent that I had some really big decisions to make in a really short space of time. And as I've led and trained and mentored and coached leaders all over the world for a lot of years now, what I've noticed is at a fundamental level, we actually ask some really similar questions. We actually lean into the situations that we're leading, and irrespective of the situation, the place, the environment, even the experiences that we've had as leaders, we still ask some of these fundamental questions. Because it's absolutely true, isn't it, that we might have all of the data, but that doesn't change the very, very real emotions of leading. It doesn't change the responsibilities that we have to our people, to our board members, to our shareholders, to our staff. And we feel those things acutely as a leader. And we feel them especially acutely as an emerging leader. And we're talking about the idea of becoming the exceptional team player, the exceptional team leader, and the exceptional executive. And with that in mind, this idea of doubt or self-doubt is a very, very real idea. It's something that we experience. It's something that I know you experience. I go through it as well. We ask ourselves some pretty fundamental questions. Now, Dan Rockwell, aka the Leadership Freak, talks about it in this way. He says, as you can see, self-doubt is healthy when it sharpens us, when it humbles us, when it's this tool or this instigator of us doing our best work as a leader. Doubt and self-doubt doesn't help us when we let it paralyze us. And I love this last bit. I'll read it to you. Too much self-doubt blocks progress, prevents connection, creates anxiety, and inspires self-centeredness. So it's true that if we let these things become too much of the dominant narrative in our life and leadership, then we can actually be destructive. We can actually fail to do the very job that we've set out to do as leaders. So, what are the questions that I know haunt every single leader? Well, the first one is this: do I have the confidence to lead? This answers the courage question. Do I actually have the confidence to step up, to accept the role, to allow my identity to be reshaped in a way that lets me lead and serve and add value and bring about the kind of outcomes that the organization expects, that my team expects, and that I expect? The second question is, do I have the skills? Do I actually have the abilities? And there's always a little part of our leadership that questions whether or not we've got the capability. This answers the competence question. Now, in many ways, truth be known, your answer to the question should be mostly, not completely. When it comes to people leadership, when it comes to dealing with the hard stuff, when it comes to navigating the changes that are outside of our control, we don't have all the skills all the time. And as Bennis and Nanis said in their incredible book in the mid-90s, Leaders, Strategies for Taking Charge, one of my favorite ideas, the difference that separates a good leader from a great leader is the ability to learn new skills. So we ask ourselves the question, am I competent to lead? And lastly, we ask ourselves the influence question, will anyone follow me? I was especially worried about this when I knew I had to make big changes within 2 months of being there as the leader, and I did, and it kind of reverberated through the organization, and it reverberated around the city, and various other conversations took place. But you ask yourself the question, do I have the influence to get the job done? Do I have the relational equity to get the job done? Can I actually navigate us through this with the kind of culture, the kind of experience that I want people to have? And these are very, very real questions. And we want to be able to help you with that at 4Leaders Global. We want to be able to help you become an exceptional team player. We want you to be able to be part of and become an exceptional team leader. And we want you to become an exceptional executive. Hello at 4leadersglobal.com. We would love to be able to help you with that.